Hi guys. So, as promised, I want to do some more of these. I think the first thing that makes sense is an introduction, obviously. Even though the last one sort of gives a little bit of that, but it doesn't really give you the paint the picture of where I was at in 1988. So, I mean, I'm not going to glorify things. That's not who I am. I'm certainly not going to get to a place where this is a grandstand or hey, look at me. It's not what I'm doing. This is providing awareness and understanding of my journey and what I've been through, and some of the just giant dumbass mistakes and choices that I made. One of the biggest is obviously walking into a Circle K store on December 30th or November 30th in 1988, in an attempt to rob the place. I got startled and I wound up shooting the clerk. I didn't have it on my heart to go in there and to hurt anybody. That's just not what was going to go down. I needed rent money, and at the time, being 18 years old, that made sense. That was my best thinking. And I ended up taking a life. I ended up hurting a lot of people. And every day since then, especially after the judge dropped 25 to life, and make no mistake, as far as I'm concerned, should have thrown the death penalty at me. There's a, obviously everybody has a different school of thought on what that looks like. I know that, I kind of grew up in that whole, eye for an eye kind of thing. But I don't know. Everybody has an opinion on that. I just know that I'm extremely grateful that I have an opportunity to be talking to you today. And I know that for all intents and purposes, I shouldn't. For me, I'm a Christian. I always have been. I think God's got my back. Everybody has their own thing. I feel like there's 1,000 ways to spiritual enlightenment, a journey to finding oneself through spirituality, through wellness. And so, for me, I feel like God just said pretty much, hey, listen, we're going to do something. We're going to get you out of the way of ending up either getting shot and killed or you hurting anyone else anymore. So it's almost like he gave me a timeout. That timeout turned out to be about 33 years, but I learned a great deal on the side. And I think that the one thing that I do know is that for any of the youngsters watching this, it's always interesting how the picture that we have in our head on what we're going to do, either through scheming or adventuring or whatever that is, understand that it always turns out looking a little bit different. I didn't walk into that store for a second thinking I was going to hurt someone. And the sad part was I was living in a field. All my stuff's out in the field. I got kicked out of my halfway house for having alcohol. Well, actually, it was empty beer cans, but they kicked me out. I didn't have a place to go, and I was jumping couch to couch. And so, long story short on that is that the way that 18-year-old brain works is that if I do not find a place to live, I am going to die. It's very black or white, very either or. And I know now that that's obviously distorted as hell, but that you can't convince that 18-year-old that. There's just no way. We very much, and hopefully you understand that it becomes very much either or. And we end up distorting and corroding reality to such a point where you're walking into your best friend's house. That's what I did. And I asked him, hey, I need to borrow a gun for just I made up this story so he didn't think that I was going to do anything crazy. And he ended up reluctantly helping me, my best friend, And man, that's another family I destroyed. So many mistakes, much pain, so much pain, and every day I am breathing and out here, I want to always add value to the lives around me and signify that this is my stand to always give the best version of myself to honor my victims, because there is no amends. There is no I'm sorry. I'm definitely ashamed. I'm definitely humbled and very regretful and very sad and remorseful. It's just how badly I wish I could unwind and go back and grab that 18-year-old kid and saying, listen, let me show you better. Let me give you better. But we focus in those options become so limited based off the way you are raised and the person that you become very, it's called scotoma. It literally focuses you in on just this, and you'll walk through traffic and not see a damn car. And there's 1,000. And you're going to get ran over from those bad decisions, really. So I get sentenced to 25 to life for felony murder. Felony murder is during the commission of a felony, an accidental death occurs. That's the actual statute. And regardless if it was an accident or not, I did the worst thing you could possibly do. And it does break my heart. It really does. So my point to doing these is to honor those that I've hurt and to bring awareness and inspiration to those that are struggling and that those are flirting with making bad choices and decisions. Because having walked through the trenches for so long with brothers that are gone, with brothers that are struggling too, and with brothers that are doing great, that we can go through that and come out better. We can. Not everybody does. Some people are just built for inside. That's just what it is. I don't know what to tell you. You know who you are, and it's okay. God bless you. So this is my introduction to you guys, and my hope that in documenting, I figure what I'll do is I'll probably just do 32 of these. Why not? One for every year to sort of surmise a little bit of what that looks like. I'm going to get straight to the point on these. I'm not going to sugarcoat them. I'm not going to bells and whistles them. I'm not that guy. I know that what you and I are about is staying real and being real and getting to the point. And I think that that's what's important, and that's why I really want to do these. And I'm excited to see if I can reach somebody out there that's struggling. And utilizing this platform gives me an opportunity to reach somebody maybe I didn't even know needs that. You know, I've been down the road of pretty much every avenue. The only thing I never really touched bases on, although I was around it pretty much my whole life, is gangs. Lots of brothers involved in that. Some by choice, some by peer pressure, some by survival need, whatever that looks like. But love them to death anyway. And yeah, you know, do your thing. Do what you need to do. I was always the guy that said, here, do what you want, but do it with all the information and the ability to make a choice based off of all the options. If I give you every option available to you, and I show you every avenue, and you still make that choice to use heroin, Well, then I can at least say you knew. You're not going into it blind. I don't condone it, and I don't want you to do it because I don't want you to die. But I know that it's not out of ignorance. It's out of a choice that you make. And I feel like a lot of people get to where, I mean, they just don't know what options are out there. And God knows after getting out after this long, I'm looking around and it is changed from 1988 to 2021. It's literally like waking up in cryo. And there's so many things that I want to share with you guys on what that looks like. But the meat of this isn't that. The meat of this is, what did I walk away with? What do I have in my pocket that might help? And I look forward to sharing that with you. And it's a lot. And so, the biggest thing also is that I want to end these with something that makes you think. And I think that taking things for granted is, I think, the theme of the world today. And I'm not saying you all do it, and I'm saying that sporadically we all do. I know I do. The days never seem long enough. The money never seems to stretch. It just seems like there's always something in our way. Sadly, 9 times out of 10, it's us. I get in my own way all the time. It's I guess the best analogy is that if you look in your if you look in your sink and there's a bunch of dishes in there, and you look at that sink 9 times a day, just clean the fucking dishes. My point, just do it. Yeah, it sucks, it's sacrifice, it has to be done. Those are the things that really, everybody has what they want to get to. Everybody has the goals that they want. I didn't have opportunities inside. And so now that I do, I really want to take advantage of those opportunities. And I want to wake up some of you guys to the things that you at one time really wanted to do. What was it again? Yeah, that's right. Whatever happened with that? Oh, yeah. Busy. Be the guy that wields time. Don't let time wield you. Take that time. It's yours. You're not going to get more than 24 hours. So you might as well use what's in front of you. And if you need to understand what is the first step, I don't care. I'll help you. If it's, I've always wanted to do this. Cool, let's figure it out. Let me show you and help you understand what that research looks like. And again, I probably don't know, but I can help you find out. I can inspire you to look in the right directions. Because I always want you guys to be the best version of yourself and not be held up by excuses or missed opportunities because we were looking the other way or buried in our freaking phone. Wow, that's a thing. Because damn. Well, you got to remember when I went inside, a mobile house phone, a giant ass mobile house phone, just came out. There was no internet. I walked out into that. Car doors rolled down. Now they have backup cameras. Yeah. When I went inside, the first person that came up to me says, "Hey, just so you know, your PO hasn't even been born yet." Wow. So, all that said, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, one of many to come. And always feel free to leave a comment. Give me a heads up if I'm on the right track. And if you need something specific, I'll do what I can. Talk to you soon, guys.